Hey, what's up, lightboltjoe here. Today we're going to discuss the 2024 sequel book for Pirate Academy, Missing at Sea by Justin Sumper, the incredible writer that he is, incredible human that he is. 238 pages long, second book in the Pirate Academy prequel series to Vampirates, prequel spin-off series, because this takes place 5-ish years, roughly, before the main events of Vampirates. This is 3 weeks after the first book, New Kid on Deck. So it's revealed that Neo Splice and Jacoby Blunt, or Jacoby, as some people pronounce it, are brothers. One has blue-green eyes, the other has green-blue eyes. So it's a very interesting way of comparison. Now, 3 weeks later, Jasmine Peacock's parents are still nowhere to be found. It's revealed that her uncle Noah, is one of the leaders of the League of True Pirates, the LOTP, who's trying to recruit her. What happens next, right? What happens? So the Barracuda class at Pirate Academy are tasked to perform the Oceans Bound quest, if you will, which all Barracuda classes are given. And they each get a yacht of 3 people, one of which is a captain, and then they have to do these different challenges, these different tasks. Go to this island, do this event, get this next colored glass bottle with a new set of instructions inside, stuff like that, right? Just a very general adventure class kind of finale for the class, if you will, roughly. So what happens when Jacoby wants to be captain, but he's not picked to be captain, and Jasmine is picked to be captain? Well, he joined her crew. So eventually, yes, Neo, and Jasmine are on the same team, and so they are all on their quest. But what happens when League of True Pirate agents hijack the quest, give their particular yacht group different instructions to go to different places, and then wind up having Noah escape from prison to then kidnap his niece to bring her to this atoll, which is kind of like an island-ish settlement situation. What happens when it's revealed that her mom is one of the ringleaders, that her mom, who's been missing this entire time, is one of the ringleaders? What happens when Priya, fellow Barracuda, announces that she is, a League of True Pirate member, and she's always been, and she denounces, Pirate Federation rule or something to that extent. But then she reveals herself to be a spy in the mist. What happens when she then reveals that Jasmine's father is a spy in the mist as well? All of these different things are revealed. And in the mists, you have this other captain character come about, December Wild, who was really good friends with Neo's mom, Doll. And she's now mourning the loss of her friend as he's mourning the loss of his mom. And he has had the coordinates that was in his Tiger Eye bracelet that the League of True Pirates stole off him. That's why they wanted to kidnap him in the first place. Because what's up with the coordinates? So now that the Barracudas are all taken care of and stuff, and right, everyone's fine and escapes the clutches of the evil, and now back to Pirate Academy, what happens when Neo slips away and joins December Wild and her pig, Pickles, who's hysterical, to go on the next adventure? So this is a very good intermittent book because it has appropriate culmination of the events from 3 weeks ago. It has the story of the present, and then it's a matter of what happens next. What happens with Pirate Federation? What happens with Pirate Academy? What happens with the League of True Pirates? What happens with Neo and Captain Wild doing their thing with Pig Pickle on board? What happens? What do those coordinates lead to? What happens when Jasmine meets her father? Different things. Things that I really liked about this book is that brother bonds that Neo and Jacoby were experiencing a lot. Eventually telling Jasmine and then the class, Jacoby getting bit by a spider. So it was a quest for antivenom. And that was a really good quest as well. The kids then finally crossing paths in a tunnel, in a cave. What happens next? How can we all help each other? What happens next? A lot of this book is what happens next. I really enjoyed how fast it was. It was very quick. It was very captivating. It was very well done. But Justin is a great author, so I had no qualms with this. My favorite part about this book specifically is that one of the tasks, one of the clues that the Barracuda yacht of Jasmine, Jacoby, and Neo had was like an X marks the spot, dig through the sand type of treasure thing. And it was a skull with wrapped around a locket of her dad's. And she's freaking out. And then I'm thinking to myself, and I'm like, this is like a few weeks. There is no way, if her father was killed, his decapitated head would be that taken away of meat. It wouldn't be decomposed that fast to then have a fully fledged skull in the sand with his locket. And then about a page later, Jasmine even says that. She's like, it can't be my dad's because it wouldn't be he wouldn't be decomposed this quick. And I was like, oh my God, that was so quick. I had the same exact thought a page before the character reveals the same exact thought. I've never seen that happen before in a book. I laughed out loud because it was hysterical. My first thought was there is no way that could be her father. It's not decomposed enough for it to be 3 weeks later. And Jasmine saying the same thing. There's no way it can be my father. It's not decomposed enough. I couldn't stop laughing, bro. It was great. So, third book just came out recently. Sword Echoes, I believe it's called. It's a little longer than the first two. Pirate Academy, Missing at Sea. Incredible franchise, incredible characters, incredible author. On to the next review. Mahalo.